Hello viewers.
Hello everyone, Jolly here. Thanks to all your support, I've reached 20,000 subscribers. Thank you for those who left a question in my Yamato video, so here are the answers.
Where are you from?
As I've answered you guys many times in the comments, I'm from Hong Kong. So yes, this is Hong Kong International Airport, and yeah, we were chatting in Cantonese in the videos.
What server are you on?
Currently, I'm only on the EU server and will be in the near future, so if there's a fake Jolly in other servers, please let me know.
What the fuck is VHHK?
So I've been using Jolly VHHK since the very beginning, such as in my War Thunder times, and VHHK is the ICAO airport code for Hong Kong International Airport for those who are interested in aviation. When I first registered an account on Wargaming, apparently they don't like the triple letters, the 3H, so they won't let me have it as my in-game name, so I had to change it to VHHK, which still has a meaning, which means the Hong Kong FIR, or airspace.
Do you play other games? Can you play War Thunder?
It's a long story. I actually started playing War Thunder back in patch 1.27, which was in 2013, so 5 years ago. I used to play mainly air arcade battles, because I think realistic battle was too serious for me and I like respawns. And yeah, it was called historical battles back then. Because of my slight advantage in knowing how an aircraft works, I used to be sick in dogfighting. I mainly played the planes that can do dogfights, such as the Spitfires and Zeros. I still remember I was once flying the A6M2, and I kept dogfighting and I had 14 kills in one life before getting one-shotted by a Yak 90. I also remember I was flying the Ju-87 G2 once with the derp cannon. My engine got shot dead in low altitude, but I still managed to kill 2 more planes before hitting into the ground. So it was really fun, I really enjoyed it back then. But then in 2014 the battle rating system was introduced, and the Focke-Wulf 190 A5U2, which was one of my favorite planes at that time, was given a battle rating of 6.0. Yes, I know it has 6 20mm cannons, but the battle rating of 6 will put it against other high tier planes with 30mm cannons, such as the BF-109 K4, and they have those cannons as standard. So it's a bit like Fuso, with slightly thin armor, with 356mm guns matched against tier 8 or 9 in warship terms. So I rage quit and never really came back until recently, when I wanted to give it another go. But then I don't know if the game mechanics have changed significantly or what. I just kept getting one-shotted in whatever plane I was flying in, including the more tanky ones. A friend told me one of the changes is that they've increased the damage of the 12.7mm guns, or the 50 cal. They do more damage now than a few years back. So if you know what big changes occurred in War Thunder that got me deleted in almost every plane, please let me know in the comments. I'm quite interested to know. But for now, I'm not really planning on going back to War Thunder soon, or at least until the naval forces arrive. And here's a clip of what's been happening in my previous attempt of playing the game.
What? What the fuck? We don't have the advantage anymore.
How about World of Warplanes?
Okay, so I've also given World of Warplanes version 2 a try, and I would say Wargaming did a really fine job for actually spending time and effort into a supposedly failed game, to be honest. It's a lot better than version 1 and it looks promising. It's a really fun game to me, and it reminds me of my old War Thunder days that I've mentioned before, but of course as a new game there are always things to get worked on. So firstly, there's a little bit of auto aimbotting once you're locked onto a target. So just like when you press Z on warships. I think this will help people to get into the game and make it slightly easier, but at the moment I think the aimbot is a bit too strong. So for anyone who knows a little bit about how to aim when flying, it will be so easy for you to shoot down another plane. It is not as fun to shoot someone down when you can just keep flying and shooting behind your enemy for an entire minute and like not doing much dogfight as well. And it's not fun to be shot down that way either, as shown in these dogfighting clips. This is quite a problem because it makes aiming easier for those who knows how to dogfight, but I haven't played many games, but it's not uncommon that I can do more than what the next half of the team can do combined. But I suppose this will be solved as more and more people play this game and the player base becomes more balanced itself. Secondly, some of the gameplay and objective also needs to be worked on. In the battles, you earn capture points by capping as usual, but unlike in warships where you cap the points by just entering a cap. In planes, you can only cap the point by first entering a cap and shoot down some bot defense planes and bomb some targets if you are flying a bomber. So basically the more you do inside a cap is your influence, and that's what captures the point. That means if you just kept flying around in the cap not doing anything, the AA guns on the ground will gradually shoot you down. It's kind of like Bastion mode in warships. The problem with this is that at the moment I don't see any coordination at all within a team in the game. Like, people don't even use the in-game chat. It's not unusual that you have to go cap a point on your own and try to win the game, but most of the time you just end up getting shot down by AA guns. Also, once the cap has fallen into enemy hands, say if you have 3 points and if all 3 points fall to enemy hands, the points will tick to 1000 points far too quickly. Like, if the enemy has all 3 caps, the game will end in like 3 to 4 minutes, and like it's almost impossible to turn it around. And also the gameplay is even worse for bomber crews. So if you want to go and cap 1 point, you typically need at least 2 bombing runs to bomb enough targets to cap a point. So you fly into a point, drop your bombs, hang around for like a minute or so for the bombs to reload, and then you drop another set of bombs. All the while, your friendly fighters can just cap the point by shooting down other planes. But since, say, if you fly a heavy bomber, you don't have guns to actually shoot down those defense planes, so there's nothing you can do. And also your bombs have to hit as soon as possible. Say if you drop your first load and you hang around for too long before you drop the second load, the buildings will magically rebuild themselves after a certain amount of time, then you have to bomb them again. This will take you like 3 to 4 minutes of the bomb reload time, and it's just simply boring. And thirdly, speaking of the bomber crew, the gameplay is even more dreadful. Your job is to bomb ground targets, right? The problem is again the capture point mechanics. Say you just started a game and you fly towards point A and capture it. But since the fighters fly faster than you, so they will reach the point first and they'll capture it, then since the point is now friendly, all the ground targets that you were supposed to bomb will self-destruct and there's nothing left for you to bomb. So congratulations, you have just flown 5 minutes to a cap for nothing. The same applies when your team has all 3 points. Since all the ground targets are friendly, there's absolutely nothing for you to do. But apart from that, I would say it really has potential, and Wargaming should work on it to take the market share of the arcade gaming level. What I mean is that it's not a direct competitor to War Thunder, and people shouldn't really compare it like some people just keep saying, oh, planes with hit points, ew. If you played War Thunder, you would know it's like the early warship detonation days, when you have those crew knocked out deaths where you just got deleted for no reason. and it's just so frustrating as an arcade when you just want to have fun. Yes, I know it's for the realism and you have all the structure model and so on. It's realistic, but it's not fun. So if you like planes and haven't tried the game already, I suggest you can have a go at it. This video is not sponsored by Wargaming, and if you would like me to make some Warplanes video as well, comment below and I'll see how many people would want some.
What the fuck is that ship angle mod, you filthy cheating scrub?
A lot of you guys have questioned me for putting the so-called ship angle mod in my game, and I would like to clear this up once and for all. First, it's completely legal because it does not provide any aim assist. Aim assist as in there will be an icon on my screen telling me exactly where to aim in order to hit the ship. So this mod doesn't, you still have to aim yourself. And it's legal because you can still see them in various mod packs on the internet. If you know how hard Wargaming tries to remove stuff like Nazi flags and sensitive country flags from the community, you would know how legal the mod packs are. They are very legal. Secondly, I don't find the mod particularly useful because most of the time you can just see the ship and aim yourself. I don't even look at it that often, so I just put it in just in case. The only instance where I think it's slightly useful is when I'm playing ships like Atlanta, where you get like rainbow arcs. Because I need a lot of lead in my aim, like 14-15 seconds lead. I need to know where the enemy is going, like whether the enemy is coming towards me or running away. This will help me slightly in telling me whether I should aim a little bit forward or backward. But other than that, it's pretty useless and I don't really need it. That's why I just put it on the side. And especially if you have rail guns on your ship, you don't really need it at all. And also, some of you said I have too many mods on my screen and too much information that it blocks my view, etc. I think it's just personal preference. Just like a plane's cockpit, I like how the information is displayed all across my screen, ready to be read by my eyes, so that I can be more aware to the whole battle situation. I just like it. And also I get all my mods from Aslain's mods pack, which you can find a link in the description down below if you need it. Last but not least, for those who have been following my community posts on YouTube, I would like to thank those who left communism and Russian bias comments in my previous public test server screenshot. I really didn't expect that and it was so hilarious when I first saw it. I will use this YouTube feature more often, so stay tuned. And finally, as a celebration of 20,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a tier 6 or below ship of your choice. And here are the rules. First, you must be on the EU server, because I am. And you must have played 600 battles or more. And you must leave a comment with the following details: your in-game name, what ship do you want, why do you want this ship, and one technical problem that you think the game currently has. The deadline is when I post my next video, which is probably 100 years later, and I will pick the one whose comment is the most well written or the most creative, so impress me. That's all for now, and I will see you in the next one.